Danny, how are you feeling about the season? A hell of a lot of players have come in. I think that's like 11 new players. How are they gelling together? Do you think you've got a stronger squad this season than maybe you had last?
There's loads of great boys. Great boys left and great boys who came in. I knew a couple in person as well, which is always good. It's always good for them to come in and see a familiar face. But yeah, it's been a good pre-season. It's been tough, but we're all looking forward to the first league game.
Yeah, a little bird tells us that you know Matty Kennedy quite well. You grew up next to him or something?
Yeah, grew up as neighbours, to be fair.
How old?
He's older than me. He's a good bit older than me. He's but yeah, we grew up together, and but he moved down south. But we've always stayed very good mates and a good few holidays together as well. So it was nice to get him in the door.
So there's some tales to tell then.
Absolutely not.
So is this when you were younger or teenagers?
Yeah, young, talking 12, 13 years old, maybe even younger, then coming up, and we've always stayed in touch, we've always stayed good mates, and we met up down south when we were both down there. Now we've always tried to keep in touch for years, and we've always went on holiday most years.
Where was that? Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
Did you play together?
No, never. We've always said it for a laugh. We'd never thought we'd ever kind of get the chance, but it came here. We were actually on holiday in the summer there before he even knew he was signing here. So it was nice to see when it officially got done.
Did he get the news while he was on holiday?
I think he got it. Maybe we knew the gaffer was kind of interested in him. I was saying to him, you'll enjoy it here. It's a great group of lads. It's a great place to be. It's probably changed a lot since he was last here, but he made the decision pretty quick after.
You play a lot with him, like outside the football, in terms of just in the street and stuff like that. Did you kick a ball about? Or?
What now?
No.
When we were young,
playing Kirby.
No, when we were younger, we done what young lads would do. That's probably as best I'll leave it.
The manager had said at the end of last season that he felt that this was the campaign for the squad to really kick on and establish themselves in the Premiership. Do you feel you're capable of doing that with the squad you've got this season?
Yeah, absolutely. It was. It obviously looked a lot harder than last year. It didn't look plain sailing because it wasn't. But when you look back at it, it's a successful season for us. We stayed in the Premier League, albeit with the last day, but it's a bit excitement for the fans, a bit excitement for everyone, and we got to Hampden. We missed an opportunity to get there twice, but we all had a good occasion for the fans at Hampden, and this year we're just looking to better that.
Does that give you a good basis and a good foundation, or is it quite hard to tell because there's been so much change?
Well, it's boys are just kind of looking forward, like all the new boys that are coming in are understanding what kind of needs to be done, what it means to this club to kind of be successful. They've had success recently in the past, and we're just looking to kind of get as close to that as possible and give the fans what they want, give what we all want as players as well, and what the staff will want.
How much have you taken from the League Cup? Because obviously it was a tough old group you had actually, and to come through that, 3 wins and the draw?
Yeah, they're never easy. They first the few games, you're playing teams that are kind of in the leagues below you and stuff like that, but they're good teams, they're good footballing teams, especially Wraithland and Fairland, and even Albion. They didn't make it easy for us, and Annan didn't make it easy for us as well. They're coming to play a Premier League team. They're kind of wanting to prove how good they are at and what they can do at a Premier League team. So it wasn't plain sailing, but we managed to top the group, and we're looking forward to that draw as well when it comes round. Because
you've had 4 competitive games, do you think there's any advantage at all to playing Rangers on the first day when they've only been having friendlies up until now?
Oh, I'd imagine they've played more difficult games than we'd have played, so they'll be just as ready as we are. So we need to expect that. We need to just do it best we can and prepare for the game as best as possible, which we're doing. And we're all looking forward to kicking the season off. It's a good game live in front of us, on the telly live, and just in front of hopefully a full house.
A chance though to maybe catch them cold in terms of them having a whole new squad of players.
Well, I can't imagine a team like Rangers being cold. It's we're going to have to treat them with the respect they deserve. But we're going out there, setting about our task, and going to give the best account of ourselves we possibly can, and hopefully it gets us a result.
What will be success for Kilmarnock this season?
As I say, better than last season. Ultimately, everyone's goal is kind of that top 6. You know the way things go, you can get a European spot with 5th place sometimes as well. So it's just kind of that aim is kind of getting the top 6. I was saying another trip back to Hampden would be brilliant, and just kind of get as far as the cups as we can and get as far up the league as we can.
It was tight the last time you played against Rangers here. Does that give you any confidence you can maybe give them another game again this time?
Well, absolutely. I don't think we've Well, I think we always kind of give a good account of ourselves against Old Firm. We've had a couple of difficult games against them, but we're confident here. It's a good place to play our football. As you can see last year, it's so we're just gonna be as ready as we can for it, and hopefully we can put on as good a show as possible.
There was a lovely moment at the end of last season in the game against Ross County, all the fans singing when the players are parading the pitch, just as you'd secured safety. Saturday night, later kick-off, just how important are those fans going to be this weekend?
It's massive for us. They'll turn up in the numbers, we know they will. The last, as you see, the way, especially that last game of the season, the way they turned out, it was what an atmosphere it was. We had it when we were trying to win the league. We had it the most important games here. They always turn out the numbers, even away from home when we weren't doing what we probably should have been doing. They were always turning up the numbers. The fans are brilliant here, and this season, if we can keep doing it on the pitch, then I'm sure they'll keep turning up in their numbers.
It's quite a tough start to both the league season and the cup stand. Your reaction to the Viaplay Cup draw?
It's when you see it, you top a group and you end up playing Celtic, but you just need to take it when it comes, and it's a game you can look forward to. It's going to be on the telly as well. Celtic are also a great team, but anything can happen in the cup.
You've talked about the team's goals. What about your goals personally? I think you scored 12 last season. Do you have a target for this season already?
I just I say I want to kind of replicate the kind of season I had. I want to get as many goals, as many assists as possible, create as many chances as possible for the team, because if I'm doing that, then the better the team are doing. So yeah, it's always nice to kind of have a challenge to look forward to, and it's a good challenge to kind of try and meet.
And you're one of the better performers for Kilmarnock last season. With all the new competition that's come to the door, your pal Matty Kennedy, how important is it to do that again and try and rise above the rest of the team and be Kilmarnock's talisman?
Well, obviously it's a nice to be that person, but the more the team can contribute as well, the more success Kilmarnock are going to have. We've got good players here. We've got loads of good players. Loads of good players that can score goals. I wasn't the only one that helped Kilmarnock last year. There was all of us as a team. We stuck together. Loads of boys scored loads of important goals. Loads of clean sheets when it mattered. Loads of good saves. Loads of defending when it mattered. But as I say, it'll be good to have a kind of person like Matt as well, because he'll create and he'll score goals as well. And all the other players we're bringing in, Marley, etc. It's gonna be good, and hopefully we can all club together and make Kilmarnock successful.